Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Advanced Taxation Syllabus of June 2024 to March 2025. This is the latest Advanced Taxation Syllabus that you will find on your ACCA website. Please make sure that you download the latest syllabus. This is not a lecture. This is just an introductory video to advanced taxation. So here we are going to focus on introduction of myself, about the course, contents of the computer-based examination, which is very important because every ACCA exam is now is a computer-based examination. What is the format of the ATX? What are the resources that one needs to pass ATX, and some exam tips. So, starting with myself, I have a bachelor degree in accounting and finance from University of Bradford. The college that I've studied was College of Banking and Financial Studies, known as CBFS in Oman, which has an accredited courses from University of Bradford. Due to this course, I have got 9 papers exemption in my F level, and I directly went to the P level. That means I only have to do 4 papers. That is SBL, SBR, and my optional 2 papers were AFM and ATX. I was a prize winner in AFM and ATX. Now, in 2023, August, I became an ACCA member. Now, one might be thinking, how did I become an ACCA member? Just because people who know my journey from 2020 onwards, I have been a lecturer on YouTube, giving various subjects like AFM, SBR, AAA, SBL, ATX, and now with ATX. So I have a 4 years teaching experience. So this ACCA member is by working as an accountant in my dad's company. Okay, I worked in the accounting and the auditing field. Okay, the internal audit of my own company. It was my dad's company. So there I have got the 3 years work experience and became an ACCA member. And now I'm continuing. But meanwhile, with the job, I was giving lectures during this 4-year journey on my YouTube. So you will get a playlist for all of this lecture on my YouTube channel. You have the AFM playlist, SBR, AAA, SPL, and ATX. Now, these are my contact details. If any one of you want to contact me after this, you can contact me on WhatsApp. My WhatsApp number is given. And you can download this PDF slides. All you need to do is send me a message me on my email ID. Okay, accasabi@gmail.com, and my YouTube channel is Sabi Akther. Go and subscribe if you haven't. LinkedIn username is Sabi Akther ACCA. Instagram username is Sabi.Akther, and Facebook page is Sabi Akther. So you can connect with me on my social media. All the details has been given on this page. Next, which financial ad are we following? Very important. For all of you who are going to give your exam from 1st of June 2024 to 31st March 2025, the financial act is 2023. Make sure you have the latest study textbook. Okay, Finance Act 2023. This is the ad which we are going to follow throughout the lecture. All the tax rate, allowances, and some information on certain reliefs will be given to you on your exam. Now, about this course has been divided into 3 sections. Section A, Section B, Section C. Okay, Section A is about understanding the various taxes in UK. We have already done it in F level. Here we are going to study more advanced topics in it. Also, in addition to stamp taxes. B, how the taxes are going to interact with each other. Impact of relevant taxes on various situations. C, how are you going to minimize the tax? By having a standard tax planning measure. D, professional skills, and E is employability and technology skills. Now D and E are not technical, they are not technical area. Okay, you need professional skills because I'm not sure whether you're aware of it or not. Now all the ACCA papers, the P-level papers, have this professional skills. Earlier it was just SBL, and SBL, which has 20 professional skill marks, and other papers were having 4 professional skill marks. Now it has been changed to 20. So now all the papers, all the P-level papers are 3 or 15 minutes. All the P-level papers have 20 professional skill marks. That's why we need to know what are these professional skills and how to get the marks. But there is not a separate course for it, so don't worry. Our focuses will be on A, B, and C. That's what I'm going to teach you throughout the ATX lecture. Employability and technology skills are your CV platform. What are the things you need to know? As we go along the lecture, I'm going to guide you through the CV platform. What are the resources you need? How do you work on spreadsheet, Word, and etc. But here I have some CV content for you, for the beginners. Now, A. This A is divided into several taxes, as I told you. First one is your income tax. We have done this in taxation. While we studied taxation, in your F6, we studied how do we calculate income tax, right? The table, savings, non-savings, dividend, and basic rate, higher rate, additional rate. Exactly same thing here, but with some additional stuff to work on. We are going to work on the overseas aspect. Overseas aspect was not done in taxation level. It will be, we are going to deal in ATX. Okay, and some additional exemptions also you will have. Same for chargeable gain and capital gain tax, your CGT tax, with overseas aspect, with some additional exemptions. And third one is inheritance tax. You have to be very good in your income tax, chargeable gain, inherit, all the various type of taxes in your taxation level itself. Okay, let me remind you, if you forgot this, or some of you might have come through exemptions like me, who have not done F6 but have done taxes in your courses, then for you I would not tell you to study F6 again. No, because P6 textbook itself have given you all the introductory material for income tax, inheritance tax, and chargeable. All things are there. So you don't have to worry about it. My lecture will be enough for you to pass ATX. Okay. Now, D4 is corporation tax. This is for company. We are going to have some special type of company, then overseas aspect, then group aspect. Okay. Step taxes. This is new for ATX. And VAT. How do you administrate tax administration and the compliance and all. Next, B. Tax. Which tax are applicable for a given situation? Then how do you achieve uh, alternative ways of achieving personal or business outcomes may lead to different tax consequences. Then what is the taxation effect on a business? What are the tax advantages or disadvantages of taking alternate course of action? Then statutory obligations. For example, what are the time limits to file a tax return and all those things? What are the penalties? Then C. Which type of expenditure or investment might reduce your tax liability? What are the legitimate tax planning measures? Remember, not all tax planning measures are legitimate. There are some illegitimate also. Then, how appropriate are those investments? Then, how do you mitigate the tax? And some ethics. Some ethical questions you will be having. Okay, ethical and professional issues arising from the tax planning advice. See, this is ATX. It's a professional level. Here you are supposed to give advice rather than just sitting and calculating taxes. Yes, you might have to calculate some tax, but it's more on giving advice, recommendation part. You have to work on that. Okay. Now, professional skills. So this are your 4 professional skills, and these professional skills are same for all the strategic level paper, whether it is AFM, AAA, SBR, or whatever. Communication, analysis and evaluation, skepticism, and commercial acumen. What does each of this mean? We'll study this right now. So communication, you don't have to memorize the definition, just know it. I've given the definition for the sake of understanding how each one is different and how do you get these marks. Communication means you have to use the appropriate format that the examiner has asked you. For example, in ATX, mostly they ask you a report or a memo or a note. You have to know the format. Second, that means the medium that you're using. Second, use compelling and logical argument, because mostly it's like you have to recommend a suitable strategy or something. So you have to use compelling and logical arguments. Third, you have to present complex issue in a very simple way by having an appropriate tone, okay, so that the intended audience easily understands what you're trying to communicate. I'm going to show you a demo when we do questions, when we solve the revision kit. Right now, this much is enough since you are new to the course. Analysis and evaluation. This is different from communication. Here, you have to use a wide range of exhibits, wide range of sources to answer a question. Okay? You have to find reasons, you have to find causes of issue, you have to identify opportunities or solutions to a problem. Second, you have to, it's like more like audit work. You have to analyze the evidence very carefully. Third, you have to use a judgment. You have to consider from all the sides, ethical side, professional side, other technical issues when you're making a recommendation. Then, under analysis only, when you're making an issue, okay, you have to identify not only information that is given, also information that is not given to you. And also you have to find suitable alternatives when making decisions. Then, communicate your conclusions. That means how you are reaching to the conclusions with all the supporting computations, all your supporting calculations. Third is skepticism. This is like you are questioning any statement, anything is given to you, any information, you start questioning it. You don't believe it. Okay, you try to see beyond that. You question opinions, assertions, assumptions. You seek justification. You might reject it, you might accept it. And then you challenge. When you are making an opinion, you have to see whether it is clearly justified or not in terms of wider, professional, ethical, organizational, or public interest. You have to see all this interest, not only your own self-interest. Then you have to state and explain the assumptions or limitations in the analysis provided. You have to explain it. If there is any information that is not up to date, you have to write it, state it. And if you require any additional information, you have to state it as well. Then the last, commercial acumen. Here you have to take other external factor, other non-tax factor also. When you are giving a decision. Next, you have to use a judgment. Recognizing the key issues in the given scenario. Okay, you are trying to give commercially viable solutions. Then, when you're offering solution, make sure they are practical. You can't give solutions which are not feasible, not practical. And you have to show insight in understanding the tax driver, key tax drivers of an individual. Next, the last skill, that is on a CV platform. When you go, all of you need this. You need to log into your practice platform using my ACCA login credentials. You will be having a username and a password. Every one of you have it who is registered for ACCA online, right? You have to, all you need to go is to go to ACCA homepage, ACCA Global, My ACCA. Okay, make sure that you are registered. If you're not registered, you can't log into practice platform because you need My ACCA login credentials. Next, once you enter the exam practice platform, you will see a dashboard. I will show you in the next slide how a dashboard will look like. You need to click the appropriate subject. All the subjects are there, F level and the P level. Okay, you need to click the right. For example, here you will select ATX, and then whatever the page you have clicked on the right hand side will come on the left hand side under self-assigned material. You will see that whatever you add from that list will be there under self-assigned material. And if you are planning, if you're doing a past paper, if you want to do a revision kit question, let's say, or a past paper that is not there online on your practice platform, then you can choose blank workspace. Don't practice questions on paper. It's not worth it. You have to do it on a CV platform from day one itself. From the first question of revision kit that you do needs to be there. So all you need to do is select a blank workspace. You'll be able to do. You'll be able to use the spreadsheet and the Word. Okay. And if you want to do a specific paper, use ACCA official resources. Next. So this is how it will look like. Once you log in, this is how it looks like. You see assigned material. From the catalog, you have to select. The plus sign is there. From there, you can click either blank workspace or ACCA official resources, appropriate paper, whatever you want. All the latest paper will be there only. You will not find paper of 2020, 19, 18, 17, 16. No. For that, you need revision kit. You will only find the latest like 2022, 23 or 21 latest. Right? 2 or 3 years back only you will find for all the papers. And also the answers of this paper will be there. Even if you haven't answered the paper, if you just keep on going next, close the exam paper and go here, go to the results, you will see the answer. Marking scheme is there. But I will not advise you to see the marking scheme before you practice. But anyway, that's a later stage, the last stage after we finish the ATX syllabus. Next. This is how it will look like once you open a paper. For example, this paper is, you can see from here, ATX UK December 2023 paper. Right? You can see exhibits on left hand side, 3 exhibits. You need to open it to read the full information. You need these exhibits. All the papers are designed in this way. You need the exhibit to answer your requirements. As you can see, the response options are word processor and spreadsheet. Yes, you will only be having 2 response options. You need to be very wise to choose the correct response option. As you can see here, you have CGT, you have VAT. You'll be having multiple tax, especially in question number 1, because it's for a 50 marks. And then here you can see help tax table. You have help tax table, right? Like below left hand side, all your tax table you can get. Then you have symbol, highlight, strike through, calculator, scratch pad. Scratch pad is a rough paper. Whatever you write in scratch pad will not be marked. And then you can go here next. We have previous, then the navigator. Next. These are the 2 response options, word processor, spreadsheet. Now, let's go through word processor in detail. This is how it will look like. Okay. Here, it is best to answer questions where you have to write discursive answers. For example, you might have to analyze, discuss, or evaluate issues. Use word processor. Advantages of this is you can continue typing without entering new cells. You don't have to be concerned about cell width, how you have to body in Excel. You just can keep continuing typing. Next, you can split the answer into paragraphs, making it more visual for the examiner to mark. Bullet points can be used. Text can be justified and aligned. You can use subscript like 4:2, 4 to the power 2. Disadvantages are you can't perform calculations. Automatically, calculations will not be performed, which waste a lot of time. So don't use word processor for calculation. Use spreadsheet. Numerical tables are difficult to label and align in word processor. So that's why we are coming to the spreadsheet. This is how it will look like. You can use calculations because already it has functions. You can, for example, you can use net present value. This is suitable for AFM. Then you can use tax computations and goodwill. Basic formulas are there like sum function, power function. Advantages are calculations can be easily performed and quickly you can replicate it to the other cells, which saves a lot of time. Data within tables can be easily aligned. You can use shortcut. For example, easily you can round figure, change number to percentages. Then quickly you can copy paste this. Okay. Tables can easily and quickly be copied when you need to, calculations need to be reperformed. For example, sensitivity analysis or tax calculations for more than one person, financial statements for more than one company. Spreadsheet is very helpful. And column width you can adjust. Disadvantages are if you write a text, it will go beyond one cell. So it makes it very difficult for the examiner to see what you actually mean and in which text or column the text is actually. So don't write long text in spreadsheet. Bullet points difficult to use. Now, so this is the summary. Discursive answers, word processor, calculation, spreadsheet, and presentation slides. This is the exam format of advanced taxation. It's a 3-hour, 15-minute CB examination. It's on your computer based. 3 questions you have. 1 from section A and 2 from section B. The section A question is for 50 marks and section B 25 marks each. Total 100, out of which 80 is technical, 20 is professional skill. Pass mark is 50. This is for all the paper. Now in section A we'll go in depth. This will have a case study worth 50 marks and it will be testing multiple taxes. Remember the taxes we have studied in section B? Inheritance, CGT, corporation, VAT, income, all this will be asked in section A. Now, this 50 marks is split into 35 technical, 5 ethical and 10 professional. This means an ethical question of 5 marks, 100% you are going to get in section A. So be prepared for it. All 4 professional skills. Remember the 4 professional skills: communication, commercial acumen, analysis, evaluation, skepticism will be tested in section A. All 4. Section B has 2 25 marks question, 20 technical, 5 professional, and this will have a combination of professional skills. It will be testing minimum 2 professional skills. Each question will test minimum 2 professional skills. For example, it might just test skepticism or acumen or analysis and a communication, like that. Communication skills will not be asked in section B. That means to write in a report, okay, to write in appropriate format will not be asked in section B, only section A. Now, what are the ATX resources? You need Kaplan, even BPP you can use, but I would advise Kaplan for ATX. That's the best. ATX Kaplan study text latest, revision kit of Kaplan latest. My PPT slides you can use. Technical articles you will get on ACCA website, and practice the ATX latest past paper on a CB practice platform. You can get the study text and the revision kit and my PPT slides. All you need to do is email me at accasabi@gmail.com and I will give you the link. And also, if you don't want to email me, all you need to do is go to my channel about section, like the description of me. If you open my page, you will see like where I've written I'm a prize winner. You need to go there. Down you will see the link. ACCA material, if you click the link, you will get all the ACCA textbook and the revision kit. And if you click the appropriate subject, for example, this is ATX. You need to click ATX lecture. You will get the PPT slide. Exam tips. Before the exam starts, 10 minutes will be given to you to read the introductory pages and 4 pages of instruction. This is same for all the exams. So make sure you don't need waste so much of time on the day of exam. Familiarize yourself with it. While you're practicing, read it. This is same for all the ATX exam. That means on the day of the exam, you won't be needing this 10 minutes. Some of you, right? I'm not saying you don't have to. If you want, make sure you can spend the 10 minutes, but it's same, so make sure you read it and familiarize yourself. The exam time 3 or 15 minutes will automatically start at the end of 10 minutes. You can even start earlier if you request that you want to finish this 10 minutes and start early. How are you going to allocate the time? See, time management is very important. Most of the students fail at P level is because of time management, not because of lack of knowledge. They have the proper knowledge. All they fail to do is they can't allocate their time. In the F level, they somehow get through because of MCQs. Multiple choice questions are there in section A, and section B, objective test questions are there, but not in P levels. It's very difficult. You need to write lengthy answers. Make sure you sit and familiarize yourself with the pressure that you feel. You have to sit and actually write the paper for 3 or 15 minutes at home before coming on the day of exam. So section A, since it's 50 marks, allocate 90 minutes. Section B, 45 minutes each. So if you see, per mark, 1.8 minutes. And 15 minutes you can use to just skim through the questions at the start of the paper. And maybe some of you might not need exactly 15 minutes. You might keep some time for the end to review your answer as a buffer. That's even wiser. How do you plan your answer? Skim the whole paper first. Just skim, don't read in detail, so that you know what the paper contains. Next, select section A first because it has more marks, and also professional skill marks and ethical marks are there. Copy paste the requirement into your answer document, so it's easier for you. You don't have to keep all your windows open, right? You don't have to switch from one window to another. Bring everything under one document, all the question and the answer. So copy paste the requirement in your Word answer document, or maybe you can highlight or bold out some part of the requirement. Then review the exhibits in detail. Select which review is important for which. Link the correct exhibit with the requirement. Which requirement is for which exhibit. Once you do it, you can plan your answer. You can highlight or make notes and copy paste some relevant information from exhibit to your answer document. Same for section B. Now, remember, for ATX, a date will be given. It will be given at the start of each question. You need to pay careful attention to this date because timing of the event is very important when a scenario took place. For example, event which already took place, you are going to get some relief for it. You can claim the relief. But for event which is going to happen in the future, you need to see whether the claim date has been passed or not. Have you already passed the relevant claim date? Okay, because for future you can use the tax planning for future event. For past event you can use tax planning. Next, use scratchpad. You can do any working. Remember, here, because we are on a CV platform, it's not a paper based, you're not going to get any extra paper. You only going to use the scratchpad which is there on your platform. All your rough workings will be done there, but it will not be marked as a part of your answer. Remember that. Then, how do you complete your answer? Go back and revisit your exhibit. Then you need to decide very carefully. This is very important. If you go wrong here, you will suffer. It's going to cause you a great pain. Choose the right, whether word processor or spreadsheet, or sometimes both, where you have calculation and discursive question in one requirement. For calculation, make sure you are clearly making it, you are labeling it, you are referencing it. For example, if you have a discussion with a calculation, discussion will be in word processor, calculation is in spreadsheet. How are you going to do it? You are going to label it. You are going to say in the word processor that refers spreadsheet table 1, spreadsheet table 2, like that. Then For discursive answers, in word processor, use bold for headings and subheadings, make it bold, and use professional language. Don't use I feel like this. You should do like that when you're recommending. Don't do like that. You have to answer based on evidences. And it needs to be in a professional tone. Section A, you are always asked to produce either a report, memo, letter, whatever. Whatever the format, make sure you know the format. And for your introduction of that report, use your requirement as a basis. If you do not understand what the question is asking, just state your assumption. You will still get marks. Thank you for watching, and do not forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and please make sure that you share my content with other people who are not aware of it, because this is a free ACCA resource center for you. You can get all the free lecture, so why not share it with others and help the ACCA community to develop. So thank you for watching, and I shall see you in the next lecture. The next lecture will be on income tax. Thank you and take care.